onto the platform and also to attract advertisers to the great work of our content creators. And she has also become a part of a very large women's initiative project that is happening in the fourth quarter of this year in Japan, where we're really looking to highlight women directors and creators and really trying to bring back that gender balance and equality that deserves to be in this industry. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is a Hindu proverb that you're all familiar with, which is Hindi proverb, 1 and 1 makes 11. I tell this story a bit of a different way in the United States. I'll see if it resonates with any of you here. In the United States, I talk about the Reese's peanut butter commercials of the 1970s, where a gentleman walks into a room holding a chocolate bar and another across the floor holding a jar of peanut butter. And they end up tripping and they fall into each other, and the peanut butter ends up in the chocolate. Right? And what happens is this candy called Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which is by far better than chocolate alone and peanut butter alone, right? So 1 and 1 makes 11. We believe that philosophy that you guys obviously in this market have believed for many, many more years than the chocolate and peanut butter is actually where our success comes, by creating a partnership with Whistling Woods, right? Which is the largest, most inventive film school in India and one of the top 10 film schools in the world, thinking about the educators here, the students and would-be creators here, the faculty and staff and support team here, and thinking about YouTube sitting in the same environment, all of the sudden is that 1 and 1 makes 11, because we can bring together the inspiration and passion and creativity of the community at Whistling Woods and the inspiration and passion and community of the folks that are creating on YouTube. And we bring them together into one place. And the next thing you have is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, right? And the next thing you have is this amazing video we saw earlier. And many, many more videos like that to come. And I dare say some of the next biggest creators out of India will come as a result of this partnership and of the YouTube space Mumbai. So as I close out on my comments and hand this on, I wanted to tell you that we're already underway. So you saw the one video that was created. And the passion, the thing that keeps me going in my job, and it requires a lot of travel around the world and the mispronunciations of people in Japan, is this excitement that comes from watching how much of an impact we make on creators' lives, and that we really are contributing to the growth of other people's careers, fantasies, dreams, and aspirations. I was in Sao Paulo recently at our space there. And a creator came up to me. We were sitting down at a casual meeting of all of our creators, and she came up to me and she started hugging me and crying. And I felt like Oprah. I mean, I was like, what just happened? What did I do for this person? And she said to me, I can't tell you how important you are to my life. And I said, well, why is that? She said, you know, I have this channel that I had started in Sao Paulo, and it really wasn't getting anywhere, and it was about to go back to my day job. But all I wanted was to be a creator and to see my dream come true on YouTube. And I was about to give up until you opened the YouTube space in Sao Paulo. And when you opened that space, I came to these classes, I came to these workshops, and in 2 months, my subscriber base quadrupled. And she said, and now I can earn a living on YouTube. I can feel great that I'm delivering on my dream, and I'm impacting a lot of people that are commenting and getting involved in my community. That is the inspiration that gets us to come to work every day and do what we do. And already we've seen that in India. There's a gentleman who came to visit the YouTube space in Mumbai. We had a bit of a beta period where we taught a few classes. And we had a gentleman appear who came to the class after a 14-hour train ride from Nagpur. He arrived early, and the people at the door said, who are you? How can we help you? He said, oh, I'm here for the class. And the class was many hours later. But it turned out he had gotten here all on his own volition, 14 hours to the space to be in this class. And it is for that reason that we do what we do, because we hope we can help him achieve his dream and drive his creative freedom. So what I always say is, and I believe this in my heart, this is not our space, this is your space. And we really hope you're going to have an exciting time making use of it.
Thank you, Lance. Let me next introduce Ajay Vidyasagar. Ajay is the Regional Director for YouTube Partnerships in India and Southeast Asia. Ajay will share with us the development of YouTube in India and offer more context for today's opening. Ajay?
Hi there. So I'm going to take the stage up here. My name is Ajay Vidyasagar. I'm based in Singapore. I've been part of YouTube for the last 5 odd years. But before that, I spent 18 years in this city. I used to be the president of Star TV. I ran the Sun TV network for a couple of years before I went to Google. And it's indeed a very, very special day for me to be here in the midst of all of you. It's special for many, many reasons. When we did Kaun Banega Crorepati in Hindi for the first time, I remember coming to this film city for 52 Sundays, every Sunday. This place evokes nightmares for me. I almost lost my wife and my one kid at that time, but I'm proud to say that I have 2 kids and 1 wife today. So, it's indeed a privilege. Thank you all of you for being here this afternoon. Subhash Ghai and the wonderful leadership at Whistling Woods International. Our friends and colleagues from the media, and all of our dear partners, who we also call creators. I think I want to start today by first giving a big show of hands for all of the great creativity that India and all of you bring to work every day through YouTube. Thank you so much for all of that. As an Indian, and as the head of YouTube's content business in APAC, with a lot of time that I spent in India and Southeast Asia, YouTube space marks a very, very special journey for us here in India. It's indeed an honor that it is conferred only to very few cities in the world. You saw in the video that Lance shared with us that we have just a handful of cities where YouTube space exists. And it's indeed a privilege that Bombay is one of them, and that we are able to do that with all of you here in Whistling Woods. It also shows you how seriously we take the YouTube business in India. Most of you know, I'm sure all of you know, that our chief exec is an Indian. And he's somebody who takes an extraordinary amount of interest in what we are doing with our business across Google and in YouTube on a daily basis. And he is deeply, deeply excited that we are doing what we are doing today here in Bombay. But before I go more deep into that, let me also talk to you about YouTube. YouTube is a 10-year-old baby. This year we celebrated our 10th year, and several significant milestones have actually been hit in this 10-year journey. Over 1 billion people visit YouTube every month. Every single day, billions of hours of content is consumed on our platform. Globally, watch time for YouTube is growing 60% year over year. 60% year over year is watch time growth on YouTube this year. It's the fastest that YouTube's ever grown in any single year, and it's happening in its 10th full year. On the internet, worldwide, 3 billion people come in every month. 1 billion of them come to YouTube every month. We are now localized in 73 countries. We speak 76 different languages, and we cover nearly 95% of the population who come onto the internet. In India, YouTube is actually going great guns. Our growth has been astounding. It's been racing at a pace faster than the global growth rates. But before I get into YouTube's story in India, I want to share with you some amazing statistics about YouTube, about the internet in India. This year marked a pretty significant milestone for the internet in India. Officially, the internet now touches 300 million people in India every month. Now that makes the internet main platform that existed till a few years back. And what we are now seeing is that the internet is no more a metro phenomena. It's no more a Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Bangalore phenomena. The internet touches farmers in every nook and corner of the country. The internet touches everyday traders in every nook and corner of the country. And the internet is a part of the social fabric of this country in a pretty significant way. And to think about it, only 1 in 4 people in India today come in contact with the internet. The headroom for growth in this country is exponential. The next billion people coming to the internet could actually be coming from this country within the next few years. And a lot of what we are doing today is laying the foundation for powering that entire community of people to come in and make a thriving relationship with not just the internet, with platforms like YouTube. YouTube in India actually is pretty different from YouTube in the US. In the US, YouTube's really a user-generated phenomena, while in India, a lot of our content is an amazing blend of premium content and a lot of user-generated content, and a lot of creator content. And over the last few years, the amount of creator-based content has seen an amazing rise. And a lot of what we are doing here today is really to power that entire creative firepower and give them more tools and techniques and apparatus to become a more thriving base of creators in this country. A lot of the reason why creators have embraced the platform is because of 3 big things. YouTube actually provides something called Content ID. It's a revolutionary technology that allows people to know if anybody has pirated their content and put it up on the platform. And when you use Content ID, you're able to detect whether that's actually happening, and you can then choose how you want to use that, whether you want to monetize it or whether you want to take it down. The other reason why YouTube's really flourished with creators in this country is because of its amazing global nature of delivery. Many of our partners have been surprised about how they've found viewers in many, many different parts of the world outside of their home country. And the last reason, of course, is the fact that YouTube provided all of our creators an amazing ability to monetize all of this viewership in a manner where it gave the consumer the choice to view what they wanted to view, when they wanted to view it, on what device they wanted to view. So that actually gives rise to all of this amazing and very fertile content that you keep seeing on our platform. The content that gets uploaded on YouTube today from India is actually seeing a near 90% growth over the last year. And on such a large base that we already have, we are seeing that almost double year over year. And the other amazing thing this quarter that we found was actually the viewership on mobile devices in India actually eclipsed viewership on desktops. This is the quarter that it first happened in this country, and it's a pretty historic moment for us at YouTube. What that actually means is more and more people are coming to the internet for the first time through a mobile device. And it's happening in a country where actually access is so tough to get and is so expensive to get. In my work in the last 4 years, I've actually seen creators now recognize the power of the mobile device and create a lot of content that spans across short form and long form. A lot of our creators initially started with content that were 1-2 minute long, and today we have an unbelievable battery of movies that spans close to about 24,000 movies that exist on the platform. We have nearly 20,000 hours of TV content that spans across Hindi to Bengali to Gujarati to Tamil to Telugu. And YouTube's truly become a national phenomena and no more an urban phenomena, I would say a urban and rural phenomena. To power this further, what we are now doing is to recognize that a country like India will always now find it hard as we penetrate downwards. When we go from 300 million users that the internet today reaches to 600 million users and then a billion plus users, we recognize in countries like India, we need to actually make the platform available in an offline manner too. And what does this actually mean? Exactly a year back, we launched something called YouTube Offline in the city of New Delhi, and then spread across the whole nation. And what this actually does is for consumers on a mobile device, they could actually take content offline and use it for a specific amount of time, for 48 hours on their device, and watch it even without relying on the internet. So when you are in a low or no internet connected environment, whether you're in a train or whether you're in a bus or whether you're in a place which doesn't have the internet, you're able to consume YouTube with no buffering and no cost. And this, on the back of this product innovation and on the back of some very powerful marketing that we did in the last few months, we've actually seen the usage of YouTube offline actually grow nearly 5x. And we are actually, as a platform, working to bring out an entire portfolio of such ideas that can actually help bring the internet to more and more people in India in a manner that it's affordable and accessible and buffer-free. So I want to leave all of you with a couple of thoughts. When you go home tonight, think about the fact that we are committing to partnering with some of the best brands in this country to help you create more content without the worry of infrastructure and without the worry of getting the right tools and the right best practices. The second thing I want to leave all of you with is the fact that YouTube's got amazing momentum and is on a trajectory that is truly spellbounding. And the last thing I want to leave you with is the fact that we are doing an enormous amount of things on the platform that can help you win on viewership and monetization, both in India and outside of India. Thank you, and have a good time for the rest of the day.
Thank you, Ajay. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Subhash Ghai, founder and chairman of Whistling Woods International. While most of us are aware of Mr. Ghai as a showman of Hindi cinema, many may not be aware of his visionary pioneering efforts to move the film industry forward. He introduced in-film branding through his films Karz and Hero in the 80s, introduced production insurance to the industry in the late 90s, and became the first to use digital advertising. His was the first film production house to integrate both into film education and film exhibition. Mr. Ghai has laid a roadmap for the industry to follow. It's exciting to see such a visionary believing in digital content. I'd now like to request Subhashji to come up on the stage and share a few words.
Needless to say that it is one of the most historical day and moment for us, for Whistling Woods, even for Indian and India, all of us. This is a moment where we can say that we are moving ahead in time. And I'm very proud of my team of Whistling Woods who have grown so much to the level of this status that today we are a creative space for the institution like YouTube. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lance Model, Mr. David McDonald, the Asia Pacific's head, and also our brother Ajay Vidyasagar and Satya Raghuveer for being with us, encouraging us to give life to the more creators, in the next generation of creators. It has been a wonderful progress, I would say. Our prime ministers have been dreaming about the digital India, and this is one of the step ahead, I would say. And I'm proud that we are leading this step further. Having said that, I say that digital is not a future, it's a present. The relationship with the creator and the YouTube space is going to be amazing, I can imagine today. I have been a child throughout my life, and I have been always asking questions, and there is a lot of questions in my mind, and a quest to know, quest to move, quest to move further, do it fast. I remember today I'm a filmmaker. When I was not a filmmaker and I just came from my school, and there were only movie industry. There was no television, no YouTube, no space. And I was very young. And very few people know. I don't think my daughter also knows about it. I'm revealing that secret to you. That one of my friend, Gujarati friend, I didn't have money, but I used to tell him stories, and he would very interestingly listen my stories, and he was a Gujarati businessman kind of a guy, but still interested in field of art or something. So he says, why don't you direct a film? I said, no, I have come here to become an actor. No direction, no writing. But then one day he came to me, and he says, I have brought a video camera. I'm talking about, it is 1968 or 70, or 1970. And the story you told me last week, and I told him a story about a child. The title was My Garden. And very few people know that I took his camera and I made a film. And I made a film not in 8mm, but on video. And we went for editing, and we had a lot of problems to record, to match the sound. But I did it, and I think it was more than an 11 minutes film. I made it, and the joy that I got, I said, I wish I could show this to people. I wish there could be a space where I can upload this. And today we are there for many children. So I can see so many children in our country, and I feel so happy when I see YouTube. Trust me, because I see so many children. They wanted to say so many things. They did not have a platform. They had just one Bombay and few metro cities like Chennai and all that, where they will go and struggle to the television houses and the film industries offices to tell their stories. Nobody would listen to them. They would take years to express their talent, to their creativity. But today you have opened the door for Indian children. Come here, we have a space at Whistling Woods. Create. We are the people who give life to the creators. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for it. And I hope that we are going to contribute not only in YouTube, but also uplifting the talent and introducing the talent of India to the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
Subhashji, one quick thing. Subhashji, before you leave the stage, he did. I'd like to request you to come back on the stage. I'd also like to request Lance and Ajay to come up on stage. We'd like to present you with a small token of our appreciation in support of our partnership. Lance, Ajay. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Lance. Thank you, Subhashji.
For the last 9 years, I have been giving these awards to the rest of the talent. And the first time I got the award, this trophy from the YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for making me a student again. Thanks.
Thank you, Subhashji. For our final segment in today's opening presentation, I would like to invite Akash, Davina, and Ash, our creators, to the stage. Big round of applause, guys. And I'd also like to invite David McDonald, head of YouTube Spaces in Asia Pacific, and he'll moderate the next segment for us.
Hi.
So every minute, there's 400 hours of YouTube videos uploaded to the internet. An incredible number. Some of those videos come from India. Some of those videos from folks like yourselves in this room. Today, I'd like to have a conversation with who helped us of being the show. Please, a big round of applause again for the creators. I'd like to start first by introducing everybody. I'm sure everyone knows them, but let me get the introductions out of the way too. First, Akash Gandhi. Akash is a composer and the creator of the YouTube channel 88 Keys to Euphoria. Known for its soulful music, the channel has been viewed more than 40 million times. Despite being a truly independent artist, his music has caught the attention of industry giants like Yash Films and Sony Music. And these have also collaborated with Akash. Having received an MBA from the United States, Akash also founded 88keyseuphoria.com, a first-of-its-kind website where he teaches piano to students around the world. Let me give a quick 30-second snapshot of Akash's life. Davina Kanani. So Davina is a director and actor who has directed over a dozen music videos for the YouTube channel 88 Keys to Euphoria. Her videos have garnered over 20 million views so far, and she's been part of many TV commercials, including projects for the IPL, Pepsi, Tata Sky, Aircel, and others. She's also recently launched her own YouTube channel called Big Fat Dreams. Let me show a quick snapshot of her directed and produced video. And finally, a man who needs no introduction, Ash King. So Ash is a singer-songwriter born and raised in London. His musical journey includes a collaboration with Lady Gaga, the #1 song Love is Blind, which has since amassed over 20 million hits on YouTube. He then got a break from A. Rahman with his first Bollywood song, and since has worked with every top composer in Bollywood, giving top hits and receiving awards for the song Camel, which he performed here at the Freedom Session. So let's hear a very quick snapshot of Ash on MTV. So, let me take a seat, and I'll sit down for a little bit of a chat with our three creators here. So first, I want to talk to both Akash and Davina about a little bit about the path to a YouTuber. So we saw a little bit of the video, but just tell me a little bit, both of you, about your journey to where you are today, how you got on YouTube, and how you got started.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey. I mean, it started back in my bedroom in like the suburbs of Orlando, back in the States, like 8-9 years ago. And I'm here now at YouTube Space at the opening, and it's amazing feeling. And yeah, it's been a challenge, you know, being a purely independent artist. I love it. There's nothing like being an independent artist, not having people tell you what to do, how to do it, and everything. But it comes with its challenges, you know, from production to financials to just having overall support. But I've had a lot of great support from the YouTube community, from my listeners on my channel, and it's taken me, you know, I've performed around the world, and I'm here today at the YouTube Space, so it's an amazing journey.
Cool, thanks. David, tell us more about your journey here.
Actually, it started with Akash Gandhi's channel. I remember watching piano guys on YouTube and just being blown away by the quality of content that they were putting up on their channel. And I said to Akash that, you know, I want to do videos like this. And he's like, well, why don't we start doing videos on my channel and start shooting some quality content on my channel? And that's really how it started. And from there, if you sort of notice with every video, not only has the music grown, but even with the videos, we've grown as directors and artists, and we've also kind of made sure that every video is a step up from the previous one, and I hope that we've succeeded in that.
Cool. I think you have.
Thank you.
Great. So tell me, guys, as creators on YouTube here in India today, you talked a lot about trying to raise the value of production, get better content.
Yeah.
What are some of your biggest challenges to create great content here in Mumbai?
Well, I mean, I think it's no surprise that, you know, putting out great content, it's a mix of having the creative passion and the drive to do it, and then also having the resources to do it, of course. We're not magicians at the end of the day. So, you know, that's been a huge challenge, you know, and up till now, a lot of the videos that I put out, you know, it's really been just scraping together, you know, my own money and kind of investing in my channel, which is totally worth it. But, but now with the opening of YouTube Space and the doors that it opens, it provides a huge support system in terms of guidance and, of course, production support as well. And I think it's invaluable. I can see it being so valuable for so many creators, from small-time creators to the big creators as well. So, yeah.
As a director, producer, and actress yourself, what do you think about some of the challenges of making content here as a YouTuber?
I think the biggest challenge that I've always found is just finding a place to shoot. It requires going through a lot of things, a lot of processes, a lot of stages from permission to approaching many people. And I think, I've just been so excited about the YouTube Space. The first time I heard about it a year ago, I remember talking to Akash about it, that, oh my God, there's one in LA, there needs to be one in India. And that was just, if it just seemed like a dream that was so far away. And then now we're just sitting here, and we've had the first video. We were lucky enough to film the first video there, and it's just been amazing. And all those challenges just seem so small now that the YouTube Space is here. And who needs a space to shoot now when you've got this space here? And we've got access to so many different things, equipment, the amount of learning. I've been to a couple of workshops as well since, and I think my brain's just kind of getting bigger and bigger. It's going to be hard to fit through the door, not out of ego, but just out of the sheer information that's going in my head right now. So, yeah, I think it's just been wonderful.
Great. All right, Ash, let's talk about you.
Okay, then.
And talk about, you're more of a traditional artist. You've come to Bollywood. You're a fabulous singer. Worked with a lot of composers.
Thank you very much. That's
you're
all
busy.
scripted. Somebody wrote that for me.
It's right here. I'm just reading it off
Apparently
the script. You're really busy as a Bollywood singer and working with folks like A.R. Rahman and others. So how does YouTube fit into your career, do you think, going forward?
We want to hear a new song. If I say there's a new A.R. Rahman song, you'll just go to YouTube straight away. It's the first platform we all use. I think it's a very important platform. I come from an independent music background myself, and me using Bollywood as a platform to learn how to improve myself as a singer and use different languages, and it's just such a great opportunity that I think that's been brought here by your company.
Yeah.
For people to really create new content. I think at the moment, for someone like me who's a Bollywood singer now, it's a great opportunity to not just rely on Bollywood films to get songs. Mm-hmm. A lot of singers in my industry, we're just literally just sitting there waiting for the calls for the studio. Even now, I'm going to go to a studio now to record something. And it's totally not in our hands. It's not our creativity. I can't express Tiamo the way I can express a song that I've written myself. So I think it's very important to be creative and to be an artist, not just an entertainer. And I think that's what YouTube and that's what Akash Gandhi has inspired me to do. Thank you so much for including me in this video. I had no confidence to do a video at all.
You were awesome, man. I was happy to have you.
When Akash called me, I thought he wants the number for someone else.
I did, but yeah.
He did. So, and I was like, okay, I'll give you the number. I don't want to force myself into a situation. And yeah, I just ended up on this. And since, talking about progress, since we've done this video, I uploaded 2 small clips on one on a Facebook page, one on my Instagram, just as a start for something, to say that I'm going to try and make videos. I bought an iPhone, a new one, which can take videos and things like that. So this is my start to try and create original content. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I feel so happy that there's a class here I can come to if I need tips.
Great. Well, you're more than welcome.
So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Let's finally talk about the collaboration, right? It was a fantastic video. I've been at YouTube for almost 7 years. I've been in this industry almost 20. I've seen a lot of content from different producers, directors. This is great. This is great, and I think one of the best I've seen. So tell me, what was it like to work on the production of the YouTube Space Mumbai?
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for that compliment. That was kind of overwhelming. That and I'm just glad that all the hard work is paid off. And seeing it here, opening up the YouTube Space, it's like watching your baby, here. I don't know what to say, And Yeah, I mean, YouTube Space has been a tremendous experience. I mean, we had a lot of expectations and a lot of ideas of what it might be like, but when we actually went there and we shot for 3 days, and like Davina said, it was a dream. I mean, afterwards it was like, did we actually do that? I mean,
We still feel that.
Yeah,
Did
we
we
feel-
do that? Is that ours?
And yeah, I think it's an amazing step, and I like we were just talking about how amazing YouTube Space is around the world, and the fact that it's already here, it's happened so fast, you know, it's happened really fast, and I love the initiative from YouTube, and I intend to wear it out over the next few years, so I'm gonna be here a lot.
Well, you're more than welcome to. So, just give me a short idea, maybe Davina, for you. What did the space allow you to do that you weren't able to do before with this production?
It's brought me close to what I envision, quality content to be. I could never have done what I did, if it wasn't for YouTube Space Mumbai. I mean, just having that time to invest in a team rather than going and chasing. We were literally like a one-man band. We were always running around, I was the caterer, I was the director, I was the makeup artist. I used to do his makeup, and things like that for the previous videos. And now we just had a team of people. We had the chance to spend on a team rather than running around searching for a space and finding equipment, and that was all provided by the space. So we had, we got the chance to actually improve the quality in that sense. And it's just wonderful to see, because I think I was lucky enough to be there at the onset when, YouTube was searching for a space, and, you guys are looking around, and you made everyone feel a part of your decision. And that's what I love. It's a community. It's like a family. And I think I really respect that, because you make us feel an integral and important part of the decision. And it's just wonderful to see, on traveling those hot days, checking out spaces, and now just sitting here and it's open and it's free for everyone to use, and all the creators.
Great. All right, Ash, last question for you. So you've been on many shoots, performances, you've worked with folks like A.R. Rahman. What's it like working with these guys? In the video you said, hey, is this a professional shoot? And you were kind
That
of
was
getting
all a
bit
joke.
complaining.
That was a joke. And if you laugh, that means I'm good at acting. Just saying. Yeah, okay. I was really nervous. I'm not like, Hrithik Roshan. I sang for him recently, and I said in an interview, I said, lucky they used his body and my voice and not the other way around. So I was really conscious about being in a video. I'm like, you know what? I'm even wearing a waistcoat to try and hide my Bengali bhuri, as we call it. So I'm like...
I have one too, so no worry.
Not a Bengali one. So...
Fair enough.
So, yeah, I was like, Davina, make sure I don't get, my tummy in there and da-da-da-da-da. And it was... because I'm just not used to it. I've had some bad experiences trying to do videos before where I was just thrown in last minute. And so that was the most thing. It was really fun working with Akash, because we generally have that banter where we make fun. I mean, I'm from London, he's from America. So the banter we have is quite... Americans and British people don't really get on it, I guess. So I don't know if you guys are going to put me in another video after this. But yeah, it was just lovely banter going on. Some of it we just made up ourselves. A lot of it was just, just free-flowing. And I really liked what you said. I just want to repeat that it's not easy to it's not easy to get that much of equipment and a team and all that kind of stuff when you're doing this independently. It's a struggle. It's a good struggle, because it makes you makes you value what you do have and learn. You use what you do have better. But yeah, that video there for me was just amazing. Me personally, I've never ever been in anything like that, in my short career that I've had so far. And it was so amazing to be in a video. I'm sure anyone would love to be in a video like that. So I feel really lucky. And I want to thank all of you guys, before I don't see you again, for letting me ruin your video. And it was really tough singing a Michael Jackson song as well, which was, I don't know what was tougher, singing the song or doing the video, but cool. Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Ash. It's great to have you in the video too. So I'd like to thank you again for all your hard work in this video. It's been a fantastic opening to our space. We hope to see a lot more from everybody.
Can I just mention Sasha?
Oh, of
the
course.
female singer.
Yeah.
So she couldn't make it because she's...
couldn't make it, yeah.
As we know, in Chennai, there's floods going on at the moment. Someone really close to me is stuck in a flat, like, for 3 days with no electricity. So Sasha's also stuck in Chennai, so she couldn't make it today. I think she must have said to you, best of luck and all that. And so on behalf of Sasha, I just want to say that I know Sasha was really, really happy that she got to be a part of this, and she's so talented, everyone. I wish you could look Sasha up more and enjoy her music too.
Yeah, and I think she may try to make it again.
She might make it a little later
Yeah.
today,
I
so
think
that would be nice.
I also wanted to add one more thing. I just want to say a big thank you to the team YouTube that's here right now. We've got people from LA, New York, Tokyo, all these guys are here supporting us today. And I know there's a lot of creators out there, and believe me, you've got an amazing team here. You have no idea how amazing they are. They're going to back you up 100%. And I mean, I may sound like I'm promoting them, and I hope the check's in the mail. No, but on a serious note, they are so supportive, and they're going to back you all the way through from pre-production to post-production. They're going to be by your side, trust me.
Cool. All right, guys, so thank you so much for the work you've done.
Thank you so much,
A
David.
great wrap-up photograph to leave, and then we'll see a lot more from you, I'm sure, here at the YouTube Space Mumbai. Thanks again. One more round of applause. Thank you. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to now turn the show over to a short question and answer session for our media guests today. For that, I'd like to invite two people back to the stage. The first is Lance Podell, the head of our Global Spaces. And the other is Meghna Puri, who is the president of Whistling Woods International here, our partners here in Mumbai. Please. I'd also like to invite Gaurav Bhaskar, who is the head of our public relations here in India for YouTube, to help me moderate this session.
Hi. We have people with the mic, so if you have a question, can you just raise your hand and direct your question to accordingly to Whistling Woods or YouTube.
Please have questions.
Can we get a mic over there, please?
और एक किधर है? हाँ, एक लेके गया और एक
So, first of all, thanks for even your interest in becoming a creator. That's exciting for us, and we're always looking for the next generation of YouTube creators, and this business grows because people continue to join the platform and share their stories. So, hopefully you're the next big guy, right? Got to meet you now, so that would be great news. We do a number of different types of activities, as I mentioned briefly during my talk before at the Spaces. To come to any of the Connect events, any of the opportunities to meet other people, you viewership or subscribers. We just really want the enthusiasm and passion. So the Connect events are open to everybody. The Learn events, the events where we have activities for class. Video, you're a YouTuber. It's really when you get to the create activities, when you actually get to the production in the studios, that we do have access thresholds where we want to ensure that we don't bring people into a soundstage or a green screen without any level. We don't want to jump you into a soundstage before you've even used a green screen. We don't want to get you into a green screen until you understand the equipment. So we really do, I think the point was made earlier by Davina, and I appreciate it, that we really do hold your hand through the process. So we won't let you jump too far ahead of yourself. David, what is the minimum threshold for production space in Mumbai going to be?
Yeah, so right now we're looking at 1,000 subscribers for your basic access to production, and then there'll be several tiers after that, of course, for different production levels.
Can I request you to introduce yourself as well?
Hi, my name is Faridun Shariar. I'm from this website called BollywoodHungama. We have a YouTube channel as well. Now my question is that I do interviews with the Bollywood stars and we get a huge number of response on YouTube. In terms of the copyright violation, like say if someone is doing in India, I believe you can have certain, you can take certain stand. But if someone who's not in India and some other part of the world, and if they are just downloading a video and they're putting it up and maybe monetizing it or whatever. So what sort of policies do you guys have that can be combated? Second question is that what sort of challenge do you comprehend from platforms like say Hotstar and Eros Now and Facebook videos?
Okay, there were two questions there. I got the first one.
So
The first one? Okay, and I'll do the first one. So we care a lot about copyright, obviously, and we do have, I think Ajay even mentioned it briefly in his talk too, we have a lot of protection within the YouTube platform and system around copyright ID, where creators actually can ensure that their copyrights are maintained and that further usage of their copyright does generate benefit back to the original holder. When you film at Space Mumbai, you will find that we will review and clear every video that's posted to ensure that all of the copyright is approved and maintained. So one of the benefits actually of working in the space here and in any space around the world is we educate our creators on copyright. We teach all of the tools, both about how not to inappropriately use and also how to protect yourself. And we clear all of the videos. So as we always say, if you're going to come to this space, we're going to force you to be professionals right out the gate and not think of this as a hobby where you casually lift somebody else's song without intending to, right? Or somebody else's image. So we spend a lot of time and care quite a bit about that. As a platform, we do also, obviously, beyond the spaces. So we both have the tools, as I mentioned, and as soon as we're notified about any violation, we will jump on that and resolve the violation too as a platform at YouTube.
On the second question about YouTube relative to other platforms for video creators, I think, first of all, YouTube is one of the biggest platforms for creators out there, and so we think it's an obvious place for creators to start. But it's also not the only place for creators to be, and so in any form of medium, whether you're in TV, film, you'll also have a portfolio of content. And so we hope that many of our creators will be at the space and make YouTube their home, and we've created a home for them here. But we're also understanding that they have a portfolio of content as well, and that will be on different platforms too around the world, either here in India or around the world.
Yeah, to work at any of the spaces, the only requirement is that you post your video on YouTube. There is no requirement that you exclusively post your video on YouTube, although of course we'd like to think you would.
Yeah, hi. I'm Sangeeta Shankar. I'm the HOD here of School of Music. I'm a musician, a violinist, a composer, and also a Grammy Award nominee. That's just to introduce myself. It's a great thing. A big congratulations to the YouTube team. We're looking for something exactly like this. I have 9 concepts ready to go on floor. I have the music ready, the musicians ready. So how do I now get more about it? Etc. So what are the next steps exactly one has to do about it? The criteria that you said that one has to have a movie up on YouTube is already there, so what next?
Great. So first of all, again, we welcome you to the space and are excited to think that you'll start joining us for these events. We do we post the website?
We will.
We will?
Part of the brief and part of the press release.
So as part of the brief, there is the sharing of the YouTube website. The YouTube space in Mumbai has its own website. I think it's actually been launching as today has launched, even with the activity of this opening ceremony. And we do post all of the events and activities at the spaces through a calendar. And then there is a tool also which allows you to sign up for any of these Learn and Connect events. As you start to think about production, and finding folks to help you build your team to produce with. I really think the #1 way to do that is to attend these classes and these community events where you'll start to meet other people in the community. Of course, while you're at these events, you're going to meet our team, right? And our team will be working with you to think about who are the appropriate types of folks, the appropriate types of equipment you need, etc., to make that happen. And all of that will happen in this space during our regular programming.
So just please, hang on,
I
please.
just want to add, since you are a part of, oh, I was waiting for that to
Yeah,
happen.
me too.
Break a leg.
No, we did. So it's good news. I don't know where breaking wood is good news, but here we go. It just started.
Sangeeta ji, I just want to say that, you know, being part of Whistling Woods and the Whistling Woods family, Google and YouTube have been very, very, forthcoming about students from Whistling Woods as well as faculty being part of the space and using it. So I think you have an advantage there.
Thank you so much.
Along with the Grammy nomination.
Let me add to that even, that in Berlin and in Sao Paulo, we're also associated with film schools in those markets. And the students have become crew, and the students have become interns, and the students have had a real opportunity to get real job experience working with the YouTube creators, which is one of my greatest joys. I've got 3 kids, right? One who's off to college, and one in high school, and one who's still in elementary school. And it's great for me to think others might do that for my kids. So it's a wonderful feeling to be a part of something where you can really help the students get that experience they need before they leave the school. And not for nothing, it's pretty exciting for the students to get to meet some of their favorite YouTubers as they come through the space, right? And these creators come and we have fan events. And even if we're not having a large fan event, the students still get to hang around. And I think that's also a really exciting feeling.
Yeah, so I just to add on top of that, I look after the spaces here in Asia, which includes our space in Tokyo and our space here in Mumbai now. In Tokyo, the challenge we have is we don't have the community of students around us. And so I'm always looking for more students and more vibe, which already exists here in the school. So I'm really looking forward, as the head of Asia, to help work with the Whistling Woods faculty and staff and students to make great content.
Know how to know what parts of your video are working, if the thumbnail is correct, did you do the right intro and outro? So we really teach you everything from the construct of a YouTube video right through to real storytelling and then the tools. I mean, there are classes on lighting, right? So how to use the studios themselves. I think you'll find it's a very robust catalog. The one thing I will say about our classes is we've really had the opportunity over 3.5 years of running these spaces to hone our classes and to make sure that we're teaching the things creators want. So as you move to a higher level of if you've been a creator and now you're doing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers, we also offer a business boot camp, an MBA type of program to think about how to build your broader business. And I would make the same point I made earlier, that we won't throw you in a class you're not ready for, right? So you'll stage yourself up and grow as you go.
In fact, we'll actually be doing the same business bootcamp here in Mumbai next week at the space, and some of our colleagues from around the world are here. Some of the top creators here in India will be doing that here in Whistling Woods.
In fact, we've had some faculty take the monetization courses as well, and they've had like a great experience doing them. It's really helped the channels that they're running. So I think a lot of you who are creators, who are putting out really good content, do want to know how to monetize that as well. And I think these classes will really help with that.
Monetization's a big class. That's a surprise.
You got a mic? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Nikhil. I'm from Digit Magazine. Two things. Number one, so the criteria for production, I'm assuming, is 1,000 subscribers. What's the criteria if I want to come in and just for the learning classes of it?
Yeah, so as Lance said before, generally all of our classes are open for everybody. There may be certain check boxes. So as Lance said, you might want to have had a basic lighting course before you do the advanced course. So there'll be some check boxes to perhaps go through to get to the more advanced classes. But there are really no subscriber thresholds at all really assigned to the lessons. We may have special seminars for certain areas, certain targets. For example, we talked about a women's program. We're doing some women's focused activities in Japan right now, which are focused really on women creators. So that is open, of course, to men as well, but we tend to focus on women in our marketing and our proactive outreach session.
Okay, and how about, do you go about the entire working procedure at YouTube space at Whistling Woods?
Can you maybe rephrase the question,
So,
please?
how is the working about? So, say if I come in, I do the learning sessions. So, what next do I go in? So,
So, what's the learning path
Yeah,
of a
learning
creator
path.
at the YouTube space at Whistling Woods? I think, as Lance referred to earlier, the first, if you're a new creator, the first easy access is networking events. Come to a happy hour, come to another networking event, meet other creators, meet us, and learn what you can do. The second step is start to reach out and do learning activities, engagements with us. Go to lessons on YouTube, go to lessons on production. And then from there, as your subscriber numbers grow, as you get more access, as you unlock more access based on subscribers, you'll be able to get more time on set with different equipment, and that will help your sort of learning path as well. And along the way, the YouTube staff here is on site. I forgot to mention a second ago in terms of just that cooperation with Whistling Woods. In fact, 3 of the staff on site with us here are actually graduates, alumni of the school, because they know the school really well and they're creators in their own right. And so it's great to have that collaboration. And so meet with them, meet with our team, learn how to take your time at the space here forward.
Thank you.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Papri from IndianTelevision.com. So my question is, this is a great opportunity for creators. What does YouTube space get out of it from the content that has been put out? You are giving them a space to create the content. Is it just going to be, you will take the production space rights or credits, that's it? Or will there be a shared revenue system in that as well?
So first of all, we don't take any credits, right? At the end of the day, YouTube is a platform, and what makes YouTube interesting is the storytellers and their channels on the platform. In a way, we're not the storyteller, you guys are, right? So when you come and you create episodes for your channel, it's yours. There's nothing really else to say about that. The reason we're in the business of having YouTube spaces is because the selfish reason, which I think is what you're really asking, is why would we do it, is because we fundamentally believe that as we increase the level of programming content quality and we increase the interest in innovation and experimentation on our platform, that a rising tide floats all boats, and that our platform continues to grow and our viewership continues to grow, your subscriber base continues to grow, and then naturally we get advertisers that are interested, or subscriber revenue from people that are interested in becoming a part of the YouTube media package or media plans. And what's a real luxury in my role is I don't have to, in my group, worry day to day about revenue per se. My job is just to help people create great programming that generates great viewership. And it's an investment in R&D, if you will, from YouTube to generate the next great creators and to hopefully create. If you think about our business, right, what we do isn't a scale part of the YouTube business. There's only so many creators that can get through the funnel of any of the spaces. But if we create great lighthouse content, great beacon content that other creators want to emulate or learn from, or think, gosh, I was doing 3 and 4-minute videos, but I've learned I could do a successful 30-minute video and really deliver on the programming I want. If a creator that's a comedian realizes that there's a format that works for them to bring their comedy to life on YouTube, that's a home run for us, right? And the better that programming is, the more interested our viewers are in watching it, and the more interested advertisers would be in buying it, and the more interested viewers, again, would be interested in subscribing to it.
Great.
Thank you.
In the interest of time, I will know any other questions in the back? They'll all be around, so we can come back to you. Any last questions? Okay, that lady there, last question. Thank you.
Mike in the center? Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Roslyn. Run a channel called Roz City where I play a big fat, Mac lady. She's called Auntie Maggie, and I've been up for like about 6 months. And I have 1,000 odd subscribers. The challenge that I'm facing, I'm getting brilliant feedback. I haven't got any haters yet, so I know I haven't arrived yet. But what I want...
Or you're just that good, right? I mean, there's that.
No, it's never like that on the internet. I'm waiting for a little bit of that too. But what I'm facing is that, so every time I share, right, I'm sharing it on Facebook as well through a Facebook page. And I'm pretty certain there's a lot of blocking from Facebook because I have 50, 60 shares on any video. And yet when I go to the friends' shares, there's like 1 like. But the minute I put up, like, let's say a picture straight onto the Facebook page, then there's like 200 likes. So the picture that's going directly on the Facebook page is getting shared like openly, freely. And yet the YouTube videos, because I don't want to put the videos directly on Facebook. I don't want to do that. I want to drive all my traffic to YouTube. I'm pretty clear that this is where I wanted to be, and then of course, utilize everything that you guys put up there. So I don't want to separate the viewership. Is there any kind of, is that happening, like consciously?
Well, we could call Mark Zuckerberg and ask him. I don't really know, right? That's something that's probably happening at Facebook. If whatever you're describing is something that's real, I assume Facebook's aware of it.
Is YouTube going to do anything to combat
I don't think,
that?
well, I think you're asking a really difficult question for me to answer because frankly, I'm not even certain precisely what it is that's going on with your channel, and I'm not sure that it, even at the end of the day, has anything to do with YouTube. It may, I don't really know.
It's hearsay, but they kept saying that there's an algorithm in Facebook that even picks up on the word YouTube, and the minute you put up a YouTube
Right, so again,
video,
you're back to Mark Zuckerberg. And I don't have a great answer for that, but I would say that there are account representatives at YouTube. I'm sure they'd be willing to at least look at your channel with you and try to determine what it is that might be going on. My hunch is it has nothing to do with us.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to all of that
Sure, and
information.
as Lance said, I think engage with our events, engage with our workshops. Through these, you'll meet more people and be able to ask more of these questions and get a lot more insight.
I will
into
so
how
be
YouTube
there.
does.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
All right. On that note, what we'll do is I'd like to end this portion of the Q&A with our media partners, the partners here in the room, and ask. Thank you again, Lance and Meghna, for joining us on the stage. And I'll just remind everybody we'll be down by the YouTube space in a moment to do our opening ceremony, and then we'll all be available for some one-on-one question and answers, not just us, but also the creators who are on the stage and the other creators who are in the room here today as well. So there's time for more questions later, so please be patient, and we'll go on with the rest of the day. Thank you again, Lance.
Thank you.
And Meghna.
Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to a closing for all the formal presentation part of the ceremonies. I'd like to now invite Subhash Ji, Meghna, Lance, and Ajay to lead us to the YouTube space where we will proceed with the formal opening ceremony. Thank you.
Coming over here. They're coming from the other side. Coming around. Really? It's Indian good luck. You ready? Did you get it? 1 second. Now I think we're 1 second. Yes, look here. Ready? Are you ready for the real cut? Yes. Are you all right? All right, now we're like this. Are you? Okay, you want to light it for us? Okay, we'll both.
भाई आप पीछे लेगा थोड़ा माइक आ रहा है हाँ यार बस एक मिनट मेरे को निकलने दो यार way too many people look here अरे माइक किधर ले रहा है देख रहा है ले रहा हूँ फिर भी घुसाया जा रहा है पीछे बैटिंग
There we go.
नीचे नीचे
Go that side. Go that side. Cross over that side. Yes, look here, please. Edgy. Yes, look here, please.
अरे मीडिया पे गया अरे एक शॉट डाल दे मीडिया देखो वो जा रही ना मीडिया को पता
All right, everybody looking this way. Yes, look here, please. Yes, look here, please.
Do you need me to join you?
Yes, please.
Please come.
Yes, look here, please. Yes, look here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Got it. That's good. Okay.
So that's the.
Thank you.
Not already said. Not allowed.
Sorry, excuse me.
क्या हुआ?
ना दूँ
क्यों? बोल मृणाली को बोलना।
हाँ?
सुमित को बोल, सुमित रानी।
Yes.